Hello, and welcome back to Itchits Gaming in episode 14 of our Vane playthrough. I did say I'd try to record these a little more often, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and stockpile on some stuff. And for right now, we're just going to throw everything I don't need on me in the eat box. Useful tools. I need a framing nail pack. I need my hydraulic cutters. I need a hydraulic driver. And you notice everything has full batteries because I did a smart industrial welder and welding wire and a nail gun. We'll go over here to tools and we'll lock all that stuff because it's going to stay on me. Now, I may start stashing it in the truck, but right now we're just going to leave it on me. Adjustable wrench. It's the only wrench I have. Because I have recently found out that you also need a wrench from time to time. Like, one of the things I want to get done today. My truck has seen better days. Yes, I could easily just... Some of the parts are not in good shape. Like, engine intake manifold. It's about 5%. We're going to go get a new one. And we might replace some of these other ones. But that one, definitely. That one's getting replaced. And probably like spark plugs, timing belts, engine stuff. We're gonna soup up the engine. Not really, but we're gonna fix the engine. Okay, and we are disengaged. Another thing I would kind of sort of like to see, and I know I ask her a lot, but this is something that you have in real life, so it would be nice to have in game. A or a brake indicator, let you know when your emergency brake is activated. I'm sure most of you guys are drivers or have driven, and you know that there is an indicator on your dash when either your brakes are messed up, like brake fluid is low, or your parking brake is engaged. It would be nice if there was an indicator on this. It shouldn't be that hard. We've got the check engine light, we've got the check oil light, we've got the air conditioning light, we've got the high beams, low beams indicators. We got all those indicators down there in the lower right. It would be nice if we had one for the parking brake. Because at least I am notorious for engaging the parking brake and then forgetting it's engaged. Yep. You ran into my truck. I didn't run into you. That's your fault. It's your fault that you're dead again. Maybe don't run into moving objects. But we're going to go to the car lot because it's an easy source of car parts. And then we're going to go get wood. I need wood logs so I can make a bunch of charcoal. And hopefully turn some of that charcoal into refined charcoal, which burns longer and hotter. I need to slow down. You're going too fast. For some reason, if you're over 70 miles an hour, you start getting spooked. But we'll be back when we get to the car lot. It's kind of a drive, and I'm not going to bore you with it. So we'll be back in a few. Oh, for me, it'll be a few. For you guys, it'll just be a couple seconds. Because magic of editing. Woo! Okay, we are here. Like I said, magic of editing. That just took a few seconds for you guys. Here, one. Oh, hi, buddy. There you go. Okay. Park. Yep, I'll turn you off before you explode. I don't know if there's actually any like negative repercussions to driving a vehicle when it is in severe damage like that. Like that intake manifold's at 5%. Is the vehicle going to blow up? Is it going to stop functioning? It'd be kind of nice if it would. I know the two cars in here are in the best shape. These are the showroom cars. You always put the shiny cars in the showroom. I don't know why I get in the vehicles, because all I need, and that one's at 74. What's the other one got? Got to pick the lock, because... So one thing I did notice when I was looting this, there wasn't a key box anywhere. There should be a key box. Okay, the other one's in a little bit better shape. So we'll take this one. You uninstalled an intake manifold. Yay! Somebody. Hi! Hi, guys! Are you here for engine parts, too? Too bad. They're mine. You can't have them. Okay. We're gonna uninstall this one, and we'll come over here, and we'll put the good one on. Maybe. Install. Hey, look at that. Okay, the alternator, timing belt, and spark plugs. 42 for the alternator. We'll find a better alternator. Okay, this alternator is at 62%. This alternator is... Yep. Take the 62%. 62 looks a little bit better. You know what, we'll go ahead and 54, 56, 57, and 50. We'll just take these engine parts that I need, and we'll put the best ones on. And we'll grab another engine intake manifold. This is one thing that I don't really agree with. I do like the ability to fix your vehicle. I do. But I should not be able to take parts from a small car and put them into a large vehicle like this. Like, obviously, this big truck has a different engine in it than one of those little cars. And maybe it's just me being picky, and it probably is. But I don't know. It would probably be kind of difficult to make them vehicle specific. Nope, that wrench stays on me. That's my wrench. You can't have that wrench. Okay. Now, when we start this, is it going to keep smoking? Ooh. The smoke is gone. We have fixed the truck. We're big pimping now. Okay. Now, on to phase 2 of our grand master plan today. And I just have to remember where it is. One thing I do like is that, like, I run multiple saves. I have a stream save and I have a episode save. And I always grab all the military stuff because you can turn it into leather. And leathers come in handy. But one thing I like, and what I was getting at, is that just because I've explored something in my stream playthrough does not mean it shows up on the map in my not stream playthrough, which I like. Okay, go up to... Okay, I know where I'm going. Kind of, sort of know where I'm going. We'll find out. We'll see when we get there, and I'll show you on the map where it is. I think that's kind of going to be the thing, is I'll drive somewhere, and I won't bore you with the drive unless I've got something interesting to talk about. And then when we get there, I'll show you on the map where I am. That way you know where these places are. Okay, we are just about there. This is the turnoff for it, and when I get there, I'll pop up the map and show you where I am. It's not a very far drive from where I was. It's a wolf. Probably need to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Walt and Sons Logging Company. We'll be glad that we brought the box truck. But where it is on the map is right here. And all I did, I was down at Saranac. I was down here at the car lot. I came up here to this yellow road, and I hung a left, and I came up. First major right when you get out of Saranac, and then first left. And somebody wants to be my friend out here. So let's go introduce ourselves. Hi, buddy. Oh, my deer ran away. But Bambi, I wanted to be friends with you, too. Oh, well, Bambi didn't want to play, so let's try to get some deer leather. I do hear that wolf. Hence why I keep my sword, my claw sword out. And in the first Quonset hut. Yep, hi, buddy. Bye-bye. Yeah, nothing in the wolf. Sometimes you get wolf meat, and I think you can get pelt out of them. But we're going to, like always, we're going to loot everything here. And I'm probably not going to destroy everything just because, that takes too long. Oh, screw you. Screw you, box. That was a perfect condition engine intake manifold. Yeah, the whole thing I went to the car lot to get. And I got a 70 some odd percent one. That's a 100% one. So that's going to go in the truck. We'll just fix our truck a little bit better. Schematic for lockpicks. Ooh. And another industrial driver, which I've got a bunch. So I'm not too... But I will take that wood axe. Okay. And that wood axe, I've said this before, anything that you see out spawned like that, that's not in a container, anything that's just laying out in the world, is a guaranteed spawn. It will be here. That is required to be here. You do not have to guess or hope that you will find a wood axe if you come here. You will find a grinder with the grinder blade, and you will find a wood axe. And you want the wood axe for what we're about to do. I do not want the rotten carrot slice. And you got 2 large fluid containers. Smell. They smell like gasoline. Look at that. So if you need some gasoline, I love that death sound. I think it's just the best death sound for the zombos. And I'm trying not to get too wet. But you've got a big log pile here. You got a small log pile there. You got a big log pile, small log pile, and another great big log pile. If you need wood logs, this is a good place to go. I'm not going to say it's the best place to go, because as far as I know, there's better places. I'm not aware of them. And yeah, you can go and get your Paul Bunyan on, and you can chop down trees all day long. Make sure that one's dead. You know it's really, really dead if you run it over with your box truck. Because then it really ain't getting back up. Well, get the hatchet out. Or the axe, not the hatchet. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on my quick use. just because I'm going to be switching on and off. And you just come into the wood, and you smack the crap out of it until it says you can't get anything more from this. And I've said it before, and I'll continue saying it just because until I'm aware, I'm going to go with the idea that I don't know. Because I don't. Do these, if you have loot respawn turned off, both containers and otherwise, do those refill? Can you come back and get more later? And I'm bringing the box truck close to it just because we're in the rain. It's basically just, I'm using it as a big umbrella. That's the whole reason I keep moving the box truck. Oh, I didn't lock the wood axe. It's like, where's my axe? Yeah, I put everything away and I didn't lock this, so. I have been told that if you allow yourself to get too wet, your electronics will break. So, another reason why I'm being really cautious on moving the truck and trying to get close to the wood. I'm trying not to catch a cold, as my grandmother would always say. And I don't. I barely touched it. I don't know if there's any actual truth in the ability to get an actual cold from being out in the rain. It sounds a lot like one of those things that like your grandmother would tell you that has no real basis in reality. Okay, we got a bleeding bite because a wolf came and bit us. So, cleaning wipes, needle and thread, compression bandage. That way it's sutured, it's disinfected, and it does say it's infected, so I'm really hoping the cleaning wipes take care of that. We got another friend that I don't want to be friends with right now. Hey, wolf meat. Obviously, I would be doing better if I just waited until the rain passed and then do this, but I'm impatient. I'm pretty sure the cleaning wipes. Oh, and I need painkillers. Don't know if I have any painkillers on me. No, I got antidepressants. I need to start carrying painkillers. Yep, that's gonna suck. Oh well. I think the big piles like this give you 13 stacks. Maybe more. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't listen to me, I'm a dumbass. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I kind of feel like I need to grab the limestone while I'm here too. The pain will subside. So I'm not super worried about it. Alright. Limestone. Yeah. 15 limestone powder, 39 raw limestone. So, yay! Disengage. Yeah, if you're looking for wood logs, Walt and Sons Logging over here, again, here on the map, not horribly far from Dannemora Mountain, not horribly far from Sarnock or Clark Hill. You're right across from Bucks Pond. Really good place to get wood logs. Is it the best? I don't know. Let me know. Beep boop down there in the comments. Let me know if there's a better store of wood logs. If somewhere on the map has a better source. Short of, just chopping down every tree you see. Yes, you can do. I'm not saying you can't. But that's a very easy to get to place. Relatively safe. Oh, it's a biohazard suit. Which, if you're wearing a biohazard suit like that, you don't get wet. Makes sense. I love when games make sense. When the devs have taken the time to think about it enough to see, does this work in the real world? Would this work in the real world? And running down that list and deciding, okay, this makes sense. That doesn't make sense. I love when developers do that. So huge freaking thanks to the developers for actually taking the time to think and try to make things make sense for the real world. I enjoy immersion in games, so the more sense it makes, the easier it is for me to get immersed. Honestly, so far, I will say that this game is lacking in a few areas, but knowing it's still in very early development, and they're looking for people like you and I who are playing the game to give them feedback so they can improve the game and make it better, make it more the game we all want it to be, which no game's going to be the game everyone wants. There's always going to be something that I like that you don't. Something that works for me that doesn't work for you. And that's okay. But I love the idea that we have a development team, a very small development team on this game, who are actively listening to the community. When we say, hey, we don't like this, and the consensus agrees, and it's more than just one loud vocal voice whining and crying, things get fixed, things get adjusted, things get changed. And unfortunately, when you start playing games like this that have that active development team that actually listens, that seems to care about their community, that actually seems to love the project they're working on, it kind of leaves a bitter taste in your mouth when you play a game that doesn't have that. I know at least some people know some of the games I'm talking about, and you might be thinking of a game that I'm not talking about. I was gonna try to tap Bambi. I don't really want to tear up my truck too much, so I was just gonna give it a little love tap, a little tappy tap, try to make it fall over. But I honestly wish more games had the development teams that honestly loved their project, loved the game they're working on, loved their community. I remember being a kid in the 80s and early 90s, and a lot of times you could feel that passion in the game. And I think there's a lot of games that come out now that is sorely, sorely lacking from. And it's very, very sad. I think most people have been told at some point in their life, do what you enjoy, do what you love. And if you're going to do something, do it the best you can. The drawback is sometimes as you do something the best you can for too long, you lose that joy, you lose that passion, you lose that love. And I think when you get to that point, you need to take a step back. Reevaluate. Is this still what you love to do? If not, maybe a new direction. I'm sure a lot of us have seen it from certain content creators where they'd lose that spark, they'd lose that interest, they'd lose that passion. And you can just watch and you can tell they're going through the motions. And not even just with content creators, with basically anything. When it's just going through the motions, and the emotion, the love, the passion, the joy, all those things that made you want to do it to begin with, if they're not there, is it time to stop? Or at least time to take a break and try to figure out if you still want to do this. I'm going to grab all the fireman stuff because, yay, fireman stuff. Again, stuff that tears down the leathers. Not to mention, firefighter gloves are amazing because they're a heavy insulated glove. So if you're playing around with a forge and you want to grab the hot metal, it's better than wearing no gloves. I'm pretty sure firefighters would tell you, even with their gloves on, please do not grab the 3,000 degree metal ingot out of the forge with your bare hands. The glove's not gonna enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy it. It's gonna hurt. It might hurt a lot. I was gonna say, did I leave my gate open? No. Oh, no, fence! I love you, fence! Broke my fence. I love that fence. But, I mean, we got a whole crap ton of wood logs. We'll do a count. We'll see what all we got. And I'm gonna put that better intake manifold into the truck because it's a perfect condition intake manifold. Actually, that might be a use for the back of the van. Just start loading the back of the van up with car parts. Get in, make sure I get the intake manifold. Yeah, see, this one's 100% condition. It's going in. That way I can tear it up. Because we all know I'm gonna mess up this vehicle. I put the wrong one in. God damn it. Hey, look, 100%. Whee! Yay! Okay. So we're going to grab all these. And we're going to put everything engine related, everything car part related. We're going to just start storing it in here. And this will be my mobile mechanic shop. That way, if my vehicle breaks down, legitimately breaks down and I cannot get it back home, if I can get myself back home, which I mean I should be able to, I can take the mobile mechanic van and go fix it. And they were talking about implementing hitching. And you were supposed to be able to haul a smaller vehicle with a larger vehicle, even though you can do it the other way around. You can use this little pup, this little pickup truck here, which to me is basically an S10. I look at it and I see an S10. You might see a Ford Ranger, you might see a Isuzu, you might see a Toyota pickup, or whatever. But to me, it's an S10. It's what it looks like. You can hook an S10 and haul the big box truck. That little pickup is not going to like it. It's going to struggle. But I wanted to. So wood logs, we got 50, 100, and 41 wood logs. I think that was worth it. I think that was worth the trip. I definitely want to get some more lights for down here. I think I've said that before. Now, unfortunately, this thing only holds 25 pounds, so you can only put 50 on it. But I do love the fact that it's a log storage, and when you put logs on it, you get, it looks like it has firewood on it. It's not really what I would call a log, but sometimes I'm a little too picky. So I'm going to let that burn. It's going to take quite a while to process all those. And you know what? Just for shites and giggles, we'll put the rest of the wood logs here in the washing machine. Just because it's right next to the kiln. And once those all turn into charcoal, I'll put those in there, turn those into charcoal, and then I'll turn those into charcoal. And I'll turn some of it into refined charcoal. But that's going to do it for today. Like I said, I'm going to try to do more of these short episodes where we're very to the point. Less rambling, less running all over the place. A little bit more getting cut out. And I'll do organization and stuff like that off screen. And I'm going to try. This is just me trying. I will try to make sure I have all the stuff on me, or at least a list of what all I need to have on me before I start an episode. So we don't get episode 13 where I'm running up and down the stairs to get this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. Because that doesn't really show you what's needed. It is scorching in my house. Having a charcoal kiln downstairs cooking probably isn't exactly feeling the nicest in here, but it doesn't seem to be having a negative effect on my health. I'm wondering, is there any way to tell? Blood type A+. So yeah. It'd be nice if this pleasant, scorching, whatever, if that was in here somewhere. And there it might be, and I'm just, kind of a daffy. But I am going to change my cell phone battery real quick. Because I did see that it needs changed. Remove battery. Insert battery. 100%. Boom. And now we stick that one in here. See how much nicer that is? I love having that charger. But yeah, that'll do it for today. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to smack that like button. If you're new here and you enjoyed, smack the subscribe button as well. Make sure to turn your notifications on so you know when I post a new video. I'll try to get them up every day. And I'm going to try to get them out about 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That way, that works as a good time for basically everyone. Until next time, I've been Nidget. Obviously.